Laureate Series has been probably one of the most exciting developments we've done recently. And it came around almost by chance. A couple of years ago, I asked the factory to make me a guitar. I wanted a second dreadnought that I could tune differently. And I knew we had some lovely ebony at the factory that had been there for many, many years. I spec'd an ebony bridge and fingerboard. I guess a couple of months later, the guitar came through and this guitar arrived and I was absolutely blown away. It sounded great, but what I was really blown away by was the quality of the fit and finish. Although I've always been quite proud of what we produced, this one was a different level. And it arrived and I was just blown away, and I said, how do we get to this level every day? We chose to do it on a new series, and it's a traditional series. And then we made a huge decision. If we want to make a traditional guitar line, what should we do about the bridge? And for the first time, we've moved away from our bi-level bridge in Alvarez for a very, very long time. We've designed a new bridge, the Laureate bridge, which we think is modern and traditional. The series is the highest quality Alvarez guitar that's ever been made. From that finish perspective, it has less paint on it, but the finish is absolutely flawless. So with that approach, we hand select and grade everything. Every component that comes in the factory is graded, and we only use the best for Laureate. For example, tops, the finest Sitka, the most wonderfully quarter-sawn, silked Sitka is kept for this series. The backs and sides, all beautiful rosewood book match, are pulled and they're kept for Laureate. And that approach for every component for this series is the same. So for example, the bracing. The bracing in Laureate is hand selected, which means that the grain in the bracing is pencil straight, which helps in transfer of energy. Bridge plates, for example. The bridge plates, we have thousands of pieces of maple, but only the best ones are used for Laureate, so we hand select the bridge plates. Things like side bracing. So all solid guitars have side braces. We choose the side braces to make sure that the color of the side braces, the color of the rosewood matches the sides and the back. Things like kerfing, which is the lining between the top and the sides. Usually we use spruce kerfing. In Laureate we use mahogany kerfing. And that approach is kept throughout the build. And it's more like a luthier approach, like a bench-made sort of mentality. So every component is playing its part to make the guitar sound and perform better. And each part is selected by ourselves from thousands and thousands of pieces of materials. So when we look at the guitar, we've done quite a few different things. The bridge, as I mentioned, we made maybe 25, 26 versions of this. I love it because it's modern to me and traditional, so it looks like everything and nothing at the same time, which is really nice. So we've got black ebony, bridge, fingerboard, and headstock fascia. We also chose blue abalone as our inlay. So in the pins and the 12th fret and the headstock, blue abalone is rare, or much rarer anyway than say Pau or green. And it's really deep and luxurious without being too shouty. We thought brings a nice sort of sophisticated look to the instrument. We've also got this new color we call Daybreak. Daybreak is a burst which is really, really subtle. When you paint something so subtle, if you put the wrong amount of weight on the trigger of the gun, just too much comes out and you'd have to start again. Our lead painter knew it was difficult, but he's done a marvelous job, and it gives the instruments a kind of a vintage look, but there is a little bit of edging around the outside here, so there's some depth in the top. All models are also fitted with hi-fi. We've talked about hi-fi in the past, which is LR Bag's new system, which is a wonderful sensor-style bridge plate pickup system, which is really, really natural, very responsive, and just a great reproduction of the acoustic sound for us. The first offering, everything is rosewood and Sitka, super high quality Sitka, as best as we can find. Lovely book matched rosewood backs and sides. It has our FS6 bracing system in, but different to the rest of the line is we finish it by hand. And as everything is chosen inside these instruments, and I encourage you to put a mirror inside these guitars. They are stunning as much inside really as they are outside, because that level of pride an approach to Laureate is what we wanted to create. And Laureate in itself, Laureate is an award, I think, which from some Romans or ancient Greeks you would receive when you excel in something artistic. We thought that was a great name for the line, and you would be given a crown of laurel leaves when you became a laureate. We have a couple of few little laurel leaves in our inlay here just to give a nod to its name. So it's a super high-end guitar line. We've got as much value, design, quality, hand-picked components throughout the build. Wonderfully responsive guitars that we hope are very competitive, can help as many people as possible access this type of build. And we can't wait till these launch very soon. Can't wait for your feedback. And Laureate Series is without doubt one of the most exciting things we've done over the past few years.